If you're seeing this video, know that it is meant for you. I'm not going to put any trending audios, hashtags, yada, yada. You get the gist. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mad. I'm a psychic medium, and I'm here to deliver you guys some messages today. I've been tapping into multiple different type of collective energies, and it's interesting because today I feel like I've been bombarded with a few different messages. I'm gonna make a few different videos. But the first one is actually about like an ending of some kind. So this could be romantic. This doesn't have to be, but I'm going to speak about it like it is romantic because that was more so the vibe that I was picking up on. Um, we're going to jump back to that in just a second, but I want to wow, my eyes just twitched. Sorry. But I want to make a general announcement. Please, please, please beware of scammers. I'm going to put my information below. The only way to book a reading with me, a personal reading with me, is through the link in my bio. I will never, ever DM you. These people, they're creating accounts, posting my videos that I don't have my information on, and then reaching out to other people and asking them to pay for a reading. And I will just never do that. Um, so that's number one. Number two, please use your discernment when watching any sort of content like this, my content, other spiritual content. We should really be confirming what you already know intuitively. Also, please ignore my nose. I got a really bad burn and we're just going to have to rock with it. But anyway, moving on. So I want to talk about this energy of like an ending. Now, this could be a breakup for some of you. It doesn't necessarily have to be, although I am getting sort of a walking away sort of situation. It feels like this was kind of a long time coming. I think the writing was on the wall. Doesn't change the fact that it is heartbreaking and it is hard because I feel like this person was in your life for quite a while. It could have been sort of a back and forth type situation. I think for a lot of you, though, you were like in a relationship with this person. I am getting the number three, so it could be for 3 years. So, with that being said, obviously, and this is a collective reading, so, the specifics are going to be different for everybody, as well as the downloads. I want to make that announcement too, because not everything is going to match up to your situation. Sometimes it will, but like this is a general reading, so just kind of be wary of that. But anyway, it does sort of feel like I hate this energy because it's like very melancholy. I was going to say heartbreaking, but it's less heartbreaking. Um, I guess it is, but like I think that you've had a little bit of time to process this before it even ended. Like again, I think you kind of saw the writing on the wall a little bit and you were like, yeah, this is coming to a close. And I don't know if you had like one foot in, one foot out, or maybe this person did, but it does feel like we're moving on and it's hard to kind of turn your back on this situation or walk away from it, but like at the end of the day you knew you had to. Now for those of you in this situation, I feel like the message that's coming through is don't lose hope. And I do want to say this too. I was picking up on another energy, a group of people who maybe have just been single for a really long time. I think I'm going to speak about that a little bit more in my next video, but I think it's the same sort of message. Don't lose hope. Like, I understand that things have not worked out thus far, or I should say worked out, but it does feel like, and I know it is probably so annoying to hear, like, everything happens for a reason, but everything does happen for a reason, especially in romantic relationships. I love to use this example. So, think about love and relationships like a video game, right? You have levels 1 through 10 because we all have multiple different soulmates in our lives. But I like to think of it like there is such thing as an ultimate soulmate, like a divine counterpart, your perfect person, your perfect match, if you will. So levels 1 through 10, right? And you know how at the end of a video game level you have to beat like the final boss, right? Like I'm kind of thinking of Mario Bros a little bit. So the final boss is a soulmate. And, when you're younger, like you start off your journey at level 1 and you kind of move forward through life, right? You have your first heartbreak, your first boyfriend or girlfriend, partner, whatever the case is. And then you kind of learn and grow and learn and grow and you go on throughout the game. Now, towards, I want to say the middle to the end, this is where things get a little interesting because sometimes you'll see people in relationships and you're kind of like, really? Like, I have definitely seen some married couples where I'm like, I don't know if that's your perfect match. A soulmate, yeah, maybe, but like your perfect match, I don't know. I know. But I'm trying to be nice. Um, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate. Like you kind of, I'm sure you've seen relationships where you're like, eh? And it makes people question this idea of there being a fated person for you, a perfect person, because you're like, well, if that person ended up with that person, then like, is this all like a bunch of mumbo jumbo? You know what I'm saying? I do want to explain to you that those people, they settled at level five, level six, seven, eight, nine, even. They didn't keep pushing until level 10 to reach their ultimate soulmate. And that level 10 soulmate, that person, in my opinion, is your divine counterpart, your kingdom spouse, your perfect match. Like, it is so difficult to explain these concepts, but that's the best way that I can illustrate it for you. And I feel like Spirit's given me this example, just in life to share because I think it simplifies things a little bit and it gives back hope where hope is lost. I even found myself in many situations where I was like holding on to something or not wanting to walk away from something or even like walking away from something and thinking to myself, oh my God, am I ever gonna find something like better? Am I ever gonna like be in a relationship? And I'm here to tell you, you will. You will. These people, they come into our lives, for so many different reasons. But think about it this way, like, you're in the 5D before you come to Earth and you're signing contracts with these people, all of these soulmates. And you're like, okay, at this point, if I go this way, then we're gonna meet. And like if I go this way and you go this way, because I believe in fate and free will, of course. But we're gonna meet and we're gonna go through this phase of life together, and you're gonna get me from point A to point B. Or you're sitting down with someone, or I should say a soul, but I'm personifying it to make it easier for this example. But you're like, okay, at this point in time, we're going to meet, we're going to date, we're going to go through these, ups and downs and yada, yada, but it's going to teach me this. And oh, as I'm saying that, I can feel a tickle in my throat, and that is throat chakra, communication sort of indication. So I think maybe for a lot of you, that could be the case. That could be the challenge that you are currently facing. Maybe in this previous relationship that you're walking away from, there were so many communication issues, lots of bickering and arguing and stuff like that. But anyway, you know, it's frustrating to think that we chose this for ourselves, but I am someone who believes firmly in that we came here with a divine plan. And, it's almost like there are checkpoints that we set up, and in between those checkpoints is when you get to use your free will. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I guess I shouldn't say that because you can always use your free will, but sometimes your free will get you to the same place it was always meant to get you. Does that make any sense? It's like having a bunch of doors in front of you, and any door that you choose to walk through, the same thing is on the other side. But like it's that choice that matters. It's hard to explain. And honestly, I'll get into that whole thing in another video. But essentially, Spirit wants you to know like, you absolutely have someone out there waiting for you that is your perfect match, that is everything that you could have dreamed of and more, that is going to just make you so abundantly happy, that's going to challenge you in the right ways. That's going to be healthy and loving and kind and just really like your match. And don't give up on that. For those of you that are in this energy of having just gotten out of something or walking away or whatever the case is, being single for a really long time, just know like your love is out there, you will find it, and do not give up hope. That's the main message. So I'm going to leave that there. I love you guys so much. Rock and roll, my spiritual gangsters. Please let me know in the comments if this resonated for you. I always love to hear from you guys. And again, if you want to book a personal reading with me, the link is in my bio. XOXO.